Have you ever done something wrong? Of course, you have. We all make mistakes. However, sometimes even though we are wrong, we might try to argue our way out of it and not admit that we are at fault in the first place. And sometimes that works, but that is a very rare instance. Most of us know that denying our wrongdoing to someone angers them and just makes the consequences worse. As Dale Carnegie says in this section, if you're wrong, admit it. If we know we are going to be rebuked anyhow, isn't it far better to beat the other person to it and do it ourselves? Isn't it much easier to listen to self-criticism than to bear condemnation from alien lips? Say about yourself all the derogatory things you know the other person is thinking or wants to say or intends to say, and say them before that person has a chance to say them. The chances are 100 to 1 that a generous, forgiving attitude will be taken and your mistakes will be minimized, just as the mounted policeman did with me and Rex. There is a certain degree of satisfaction in having the courage to admit one's errors. It only clears the air of guilt and defensiveness, but often helps solve the problem created by the error. Any fool can try to defend his or her mistakes, and most fools do, but it raises one above the herd and gives one a feeling of nobility and exultation to admit one's mistake. Albert Hubbard was one of the most original authors who ever stirred up a nation, and his stringing sentences often aroused fierce resentment. But Hubbard, with his rare skill of handling people, frequently turned his enemies into friends. For example, when some irritated reader wrote in to say that he didn't agree with such and such an article and ended by calling Hubbard this and that, Albert Hubbard would answer like this: "Come to think it over, I don't entirely agree with it myself. Not everything I wrote yesterday appeals to me today. I'm glad to learn what you think on the subject. The next time you are in the neighborhood, you must visit us and we'll get the subject threshed out for all time. So here is a hand's clasp over the miles, and I am yours sincerely." What could you say to a man who treated you like that? When we are right, let's try to win people gently and tactfully to our way of thinking, and when we are wrong, and that will be surprisingly often, if we are honest with ourselves, let's admit our mistakes quickly and with enthusiasm. Not only will that technique produce astonishing results, but believe it or not, it is a lot more fun under the circumstances than trying to defend oneself. Friends, remember the old proverb: by fighting you never get enough, but by yielding you get more than you expected. So remember Principle 8, if you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. So friends, how did you like the video? Please comment, don't forget to share the video. I'm showing you this principle from the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. There are so many other useful principles you can find in the book. You can buy the book from description. How to Win Friends and Influence People is a self-help book which is the pioneer of this genre. Written by Dale Carnegie and published in 1936, it has sold over 30 million copies. It has been edited and reprinted several times. Please subscribe Weekend channel.